Organizational changes can disrupt standard operating procedures, company policies, and sometimes the entire company culture. While organization wide changes are usually made in order to improve operations, employees might not always see the value in those changes. You're recommended to communicate that value to employees so they're less likely to resist the changes as they're being implemented. There are a few steps you can take to communicate how and why change can benefit employees. Start by explaining what positive impacts the changes might have. Maybe your company is restructuring its business model or shifting a department to a remote setting. While these changes might benefit your company by reducing its costs of doing business, it has a different impact on employees and may benefit them in a different way. Tell employees what specific benefits they'll receive from these changes. For example, if they're transitioning to remote work, explain how this may provide for more freedom in their schedules. Or maybe they'll get to work from wherever they want without having to commute to and from the office each day. Talking about these sorts of individual benefits can lead to employees being more willing to support the changes. Next, discuss the difficulties. If you talk about the challenges employees can expect to encounter during the transition, they'll have more opportunity to properly prepare themselves. It might sound counterproductive to talk about challenges, but this can give you an opportunity to show employees what they should do in advance so that once the challenges do start showing up, the employees will be ready to overcome them. Imagine that your organization is merging with a larger competitor. Employees will have to deal with major restructuring and shifts in company culture. How could you make your employees more prepared and comfortable? You might develop an initiative that allows them to shadow their new coworkers, or you could set up team building exercises. Either way, you're helping employees get used to the change, which will also help them to overcome any obstacles they may encounter during the transition. The next step is to communicate the goals and how they'll be achieved. When planning for organizational changes, try giving stakeholders a roadmap for the organization's goals, how they'll be achieved, and what to expect of the results. A good roadmap includes as much relevant information as possible, like deliverables and timeframes. This can help employees see a detailed outline of how they can meet goals. See if you can use a formal communication plan to outline and deliver your approach for communicating change. It can address standards for one-on-one, group-based, and written communication. A formal plan can also outline how employees should communicate, how often, and with whom. It could also go over policies for sharing information. Formal communication plans can also help those stakeholders working outside of traditional communications channels to more effectively collaborate with one another. Having clear directions on when and how stakeholders should communicate and with whom can help to clear up any confusion. And including such stakeholders in your formal communication plan can also help to define any roles that lack an established or traditional chain of command.